Hey, so I work for a Korean food manufacturing company. Last year, they planned this trip where one person from each of the 5 US facilities and several other international facilities gets to go to Korea to study our manufacturing plants in Korea and take management classes at Yonsei University in Seoul. I was notified of this trip 2 weeks prior to when we left, and most of the information I did receive was in Korean and not copy pastable. But of course, you can't say no to this kind of opportunity. I made this video because I think it's healthy to look back on what you've done, and video editing software is free now, so that's amazing. Give it up for mediocre plain food. When we landed, I got to see the best employee on shift. If I had any drugs, I would gladly give them up to him. He's such a good boy. Look at him go! I took a taxi that the plant manager arranged for me because I can't talk or call anyone in Korean. On the way to the hotel, she was telling me all the nearby things that I could walk to from our hotel. So I took a quick shower and I set out.
The sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy. The one who showed me now and forever. No, you'll never be alone again. All day, oh yeah, all day. Please stay in my arms, boy. The one who showed me if we're together. It don't matter if it rains. All day, oh yeah, all day. As long as you're in my arms, boy.
So first, cowboy hats. Second, anything with this red eye is there to help tourists. This place was open at like 10:30 p.m. and they helped me get back to my hotel. I also noticed that they have these stairs leading into the darkness around the city for shelters. That was interesting. I should have gone in. I didn't go in. So this one was on the back of a police car. You call 110 if there's not an emergency and 112 if there's an emergency. So that night, I asked the hotel to call a taxi for me to get to my next hotel, but I didn't ask for a receipt from the taxi driver, so later on, he took my card information and charged me like an extra $60. So lesson learned, always ask for a receipt when you take a taxi. Also, there is no good way for foreigners to call taxis. You need like a Korean citizenship. I know that there's a specific app where you can, but I don't remember what that app is, so if you're planning on going, definitely ask around. So the next day we went to one of the rice manufacturing facilities. This is their lobby. These are a bunch of products that they make. They had these scale models of different facilities with what looks like an interactive floor background, but this was just the beginning. After that, this secret pedal door opened and we went into this room where they showed us a 360 video presentation about like the goals of the company and what they stand for. Then a pedal door on the other side of this room opened and they showed us a presentation of the history of the company in beautiful, interactive Disney World style format. Then they brought us to this other room with these beautiful dueling screens. Behind that is a hallway where one side overlooks the manufacturing and the other side describes what's happening with neon signs and interactive teaching tools. I was not allowed to film that part. Next, we drove to Incheon, which is where the main manufacturing facility that we were going to be studying is, and checked into the nicest hotel that I have ever stayed in my entire life. Seriously. There's the view from the ground. They had these cute little boats people could go on. Here we are going out at night. We went to get Korean barbecue, sangjam sauce, with pork belly and a lettuce wrap is amazing. This place says bad for garlic. I thought that was funny. You can buy fish in a convenience store. It's really trendy for everyone to put eye stickers on the backs of their car, and the translations are so good. The next day for lunch, the bosses took us out to a beautiful Chinese restaurant. Look at the private room they had us in. Look at all that wood paneling. It was so pretty. We went out for dinner. I did not order this. I would not order an octopus because they're too smart, but I still tried it, and you can feel the sucker sticking to your mouth. We learned that most South Koreans live in buildings like this. I think that most units are owned, some are rented, but they were everywhere. We saw tons of French-style bakeries. The next day, our impromptu Korean-American co-worker tour guide took us to a theme park. They had a really nice view of the Yellow Sea as well as a war memorial because the Battle of Incheon, where we were staying, was a major turning point during the Korean War. My coworker said that this place was popular for old people during the day and young people at night. This is an abalone. I don't remember if I tried it, but you should definitely order one because the shell is so beautiful and I still have mine. Free aquarium, outside, fish restaurants, squids, poop, cool gas station, nice weather. One night, one of the managers took us out for dinner for egg pancakes and delicious Korean rice wine called makgeolli. Traditionally, this drink is unpasteurized and the shelf life is really short. You can only get pasteurized makgeolli abroad, which leads to less complex flavors. The next day, we were back in Seoul and we explored a mall. Check it out, you're supposed to leave your drink unattended because you're not allowed to bring it into each individual store. I noticed that for most of the clothing there was only one piece of and only one size. One of our coworkers joked that all Koreans are the same size, so it doesn't matter. Energizer Bunny on a Duracell package. Then we went to go do tourist things.
Love the way you like a song, you know my heart. Cause you know me, know my heart. You're everything in my day. I love the way you know my heart. Yeah, alright. The one who showed me now and forever. No, you'll never be alone again. All day, oh yeah, all day. I can let you know that you're my boy. The one who showed me if we're together. It don't matter if it rains. I will love you every day. As long as you're in my arms, boy. The one who showed me now and forever. No, you'll never be alone again. All day, oh yeah, all day. Please stay in my arms, boy. The one who showed me if we're together. It don't matter if it rains. All day, oh yeah, all day. As long as you're in my arms, boy.
They wrote, "Don't use the knife and fork" on the package for the knife and fork. The next day, the bus picked us up to go to Yonsei University. Here we are on our first day of class. Our first assignment was a tour of the campus. I figured I was really gonna miss October in New Jersey, but Korean October is very similar and it was stunning. I also want to note that the teachers at Yonsei were entertaining and insightful, and some of them were really funny. At this point, I was determined to go clubbing. I did not get into 2 different clubs because I wasn't Korean. The 3rd club, I specifically asked if they let in foreigners. She said yes. I was waiting in the line. The 2 people in front of me left because the line was taking too long. So when I got in, I was the very first one in the club, and I bought a bottle of Sierra, which I thought was gonna be a bottle of beer or something. But no, it was tequila. But it was totally fine because I made friends and shared it with them, and we all had a great time. Then I made it back to the university. One thing I didn't mention about Yonsei is that they have a lot of hills, so if you're walking a lot, you're going to be tired. But it's great exercise. So then I went to sleep, and the next afternoon I took my flight back. Forever. It took forever. It's a 14-hour flight. Yep. Flying.